Welcome back to this video series on the Community Coalition Action Theory Model and Study Group Process. As a reminder, my name is Holly Craycraft, and I work at Ohio University's Voinovich School of Leadership and Public Affairs. This video in the series offers an overview of Step 4, which is focused on reflecting on the partnership synergies that already exist in your coalition and those that you hope to achieve, and why synergy is so important. It is designed for the study group co-facilitators who will be managing the CCAT study group process, but you may also wish to share it with your study group members if you feel necessary. Our first objective for today will be to briefly provide an overview of Step 4 and the activities that you and your study group will engage in. Second, we will go over the resources that will support you as you work through the process. And third, we will cover the deliverables associated with Step 4. In Step 3, your study group worked hard to apply each of the CCAT elements or constructs to your coalition by creating a 3-page narrative and a 1.5-page narrative. As you recall, there was an additional section within those narratives on synergy that we left as a placeholder. In Step 4, we will be digging deeper into the concept of synergy and how it relates to your coalition. You will convene your study group members once more to read a short excerpt and then process reflection questions collectively based on each member's interpretation of the reading and their experience as a coalition member. After processing the reflection questions as a group, co-facilitators will then have the opportunity to incorporate a paragraph on how synergy is evident within their coalition into their CCAT narratives. As a co-facilitator, you will first need to reach out to your study group members to rally your team and explain the task at hand. You will need to explain what your study group members can expect and share the resources that they will need to complete the task. The main objective is for each individual study group member to read the section titled Synergy, the Unique Advantage of Collaboration on pages 183 through 187. We have provided the entire chapter for those who would like to dig a little deeper though. As members are reading the excerpt, they should also keep in mind and reflect upon the provided discussion questions. The discussion questions can be found in the study guide template document that we will talk about in just a moment. After your study group members have read the excerpt, co-facilitators will then lead a study group meeting to process the reading and gather input to compile responses to the reflection questions that go along with the reading. The reflection questions that I have referenced are found within the study guide template deliverable. There are 4 key questions that your group will need to reflect upon. Your group should be comfortable and familiar with the format of the template because it is very similar to the one we used during Step 2 while processing the Butterfoss and Kegler chapter. Keep in mind that each study group member should be individually reflecting upon the questions as they are reading the chapter on synergy. It may be helpful for them to take notes within their own copy of the template to prepare for the study group meeting on processing the reading. During the study group meeting, the co-facilitator's role will be to lead the group through a discussion to debrief the reading and process the discussion questions in order to gather input from each study group member. Co-facilitators will then compile this information into one study group template document and submit it to the OU team. Suggested due dates have been provided on your checklist tracking tool, but you may need to adjust them based on your group's availability. Once each coalition has submitted the Step 4 study guide template, the OU team will incorporate the following language to the synergy section of their CCAT narratives that is currently a placeholder. The OU team will also work on a case-by-case basis with each coalition for the opportunity to add an additional paragraph to the provided synergy language. The second paragraph is an opportunity for your coalition to share how synergy exists within their coalition. We suggest beginning this paragraph by stating, Synergy in our coalition is evident by, and then adding in your example or examples. All of the resources that you and your study group will need to work through step 4 are posted on the website and listed here on this slide. When you're on the website, beneath step 4, you will find this overview video that you are currently watching, the step 4 task document that outlines the entire process. It will be helpful for you to go over this document next before you reach out to convene your study group. You will also find a PDF handout of the Lasker, Weiss, and Miller reading and the study guide template deliverable. This concludes the overview for step 4. If you have any questions about the development of the process or materials being utilized, please feel free to reach out to myself or your technical assistance provider. Thank you once again for your time, hard work, and leadership as you move forward with your CCAT study group.